Hello again, everybody. I'm Matthew White, and welcome to another edition of FYI, right here from the Real Estate Channel studios in Vancouver. I'm pleased to have as my guest in the studio today a brand new signee with the Real Estate Channel, Steve Jamieson from Remax Crest Westside. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. My pleasure.
Steve, I always like to sort of set up a little background for those watching at home. Maybe you could tell us how you actually got involved first off with the real estate game.
Well, I think like a lot of realtors, I started with buying my first place. It was a really positive experience. I had a very good agent, and I found the whole process pretty fascinating. Looking at new properties, the offer and counter-offer process, and I thought this would be something that I may like to do as a career. And so I took the course at UBC, and I became licensed in 1999 at the representative level.
How did you find the course? A lot of people say it's almost as tough as a medical exam, the LSATs, that type of thing. Was it really, really tough?
No, there's a lot of mortgage calculations, which, to be honest, we don't really use that much in the day-to-day. Most people use a mortgage broker. But the course, no, wasn't hard at all.
Now, you have a broker's license as well. Maybe you could tell us how that can benefit a potential client of yours.
Well, I feel it's important in any career to stay on top of changes in the industry. And so I've always taken courses and gone to seminars to stay on top of new legislation, the Real Estate Services Act. And I felt taking the broker's course was just an extension of that. A lot of the course dealt with investment properties, analyzing investment portfolios, property appraisals, and I wanted to be able to help clients that were interested in pursuing those kinds of properties.
So I guess in a way it's almost like full service realty. You can take care of all those different aspects and coach them in the right direction.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I wanted to be able to offer that to clients who wanted to pursue investment properties as well as just their own residential properties.
Right, that seems to be a big part of the market, not just buying your first home or buying a home for yourself, but using them as investment properties.
Yeah, and I think what's happening now is a lot of people who own properties, they may take some of the equity out of that property to buy their first investment property.
Right.
So past clients that I've had, I can also help them with the investment side as well.
Now, as technology continues to change in the real estate game, how do you think that it has affected the way you guys do business?
Well, it's had a tremendous change. I think in a number of ways, the way that we do business is completely different than it was even when I started. And for buyers, I think the access to information that they have now is incredible. For example, our office offers our clients the ability to access their transaction documents 24 hours a day from any location. As long as they've got a computer with internet access, they can look at their contracts of purchase and sale, view them, print them. They can email them to lawyers or financial advisors if they want to. And in a busy market, that kind of access can really be handy if you're on vacation out of town and you need to look at your contract and send it to your lawyer, for example.
I understand you utilize a certain piece of software that actually allows you to do business transactions anytime, anywhere without paper.
That's right. It's sort of an extension of the virtual business center that I just talked about. What I can do with a tablet PC, which is a PC that lets you write directly on the screen,
right,
and specialized software that recognizes the pressure points of your signature, so it's legally recognized by the courts. If, let's say, for example, you see the property of your dreams, you want to make an offer on it before anyone else has a chance,
right,
then right there in the car or in a coffee shop, I can type up the offer, have you sign directly on the screen, initial any changes, and I can email that or fax it directly to the seller's agent or the seller. If they have any changes or want to make a counter offer, they'll send it back to me. It can come right to my computer screen. Again, any changes are initialed, and it just, again, in a busy market, I think it gives an advantage to a buyer to be able to react that quickly to a property they're interested in.
Now tell us about the Buyer's Advantage program that I heard mentioned. What's that all about?
Well, that's something that I started on my website because I found a lot of clients were wanting access to information that they couldn't get on the public sites. For example, when a new property is listed, if it's listed, let's say on a Monday, it may not be available to the public until Tuesday or Wednesday. With the Buyer's Advantage program, they have access to new listings the same time as I do.
Right.
And as well, they can look at information that wouldn't be available on the public sites. If there's been any price reductions, how long the property's been on the market, if there's the specific room sizes, for example, that a lot of people want information on. In addition, they get some storage space so they can save a number of searches or their favorite listings to look at later on.
Are you finding that the clients that you're working with today are more educated in the game?
They are far more educated. Again, I think it's because they're able to get a lot of information ahead of time. They come to us already knowing what kind of property they're looking for, what neighborhood they want to be in. They've seen the virtual tours and multi-picture tours to know what the insides of properties look like.
Are there advantages, would you say, Steve, about maybe working with one realtor as opposed to many different ones?
I think so, for sure. Both for the realtor and for the client. A realtor will only get paid once their client has bought a property.
Right.
So from our point of view, if we know that a client is going to be working exclusively with us, then they'll be on top of mind when I'm out previewing properties, for example, which I do every day. So I might see a property and say, hey, that'd be perfect for John. And I call him right away and say, let's go look at it. The other thing that I can do when I know I'm working exclusively with a client is if nothing is available on MLS that they want, then I know they want a particular building or a particular neighborhood, I can contact the owners directly, and they may be thinking of selling, but when I contact them and say, hey, yeah, actually it's a good time and I've got a buyer for them, and put the two people together. I don't think those kinds of advantages are available to buyers who are going from open house to open house and sort of wandering around or asking 2 or 3 agents to help them.
Now, for those that are watching this at home and would like to find out more information on how they can get a hold of Steve Jamieson, how do they do that?
Well, through my website, www.therealestatespot.ca, or my direct number, 604-307-9167. Our offices are down in Yaletown. We're easy to find.
Indeed. Thanks very much for coming on the show, Steve, and good luck with everything in the future, and good luck with everything with the Real Estate Channel. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Steve Jamieson from Remax Crest Westside. Thank you.
Thanks.
To get in touch with Steve Jamieson and to learn more, contact 604-307-9167 or visit his website at www.therealestatespot.ca.